Hi guys, and welcome to the 4's presentation. This is our table of contents. This is our table of group members. Before we move to the manufacturing industry context, we will show us the effect of automation on industry. As we know that the manufacturing industry is undergoing a significant transformation due to artificial intelligence, in short form we call it AI, and the automation. So take this for example. The first one is that for every additional robot per 1,000 workers, the employment to population ratio will decrease by 0.2%, and this will also lead to the decline of wages by 0.42%. And another problem is that automation also replaces human in repetitive tasks, especially in mass production. So due to the current problem, government choose to solve them by the UBI. Let's move to the definition of UBI. UBI is mean the universal basic income, and this term suggests that every job should receive the same minimum guaranteed income from the state, irrespective of their other incomes. We'll move to the three key features of UBI. The first one is the economy. So we can see that government may like UBI because it is the straw that can cut through the messy guardian knot of their welfare system, and which are generating generational poverty rather than helping anyone. And the next is the political feature. So it is curious that big high-tech company in the Silicon Valley are such fervent supporters of UBI. Perhaps they are fearful of replacing the bankers as the most hated capitalist villain. Or maybe they just want to pass their bucket to the government and relieve themselves to the responsibility of destroying the livelihood of many people. And last but not least is the ethical feature. The feature is regarding to the extending the idea of welfare to all under the guise of UBI, that we are in danger of extending the misery.
Hello everyone, I'm Thảo Nhi, and our good for position key is that UBI can increase living standard for everyone. And the first thesis statement is that UBI as a strategic response to job displacement due to the automations and technological change. With rapid advancement in robotics, industry are undergoing transformative shift linked to the displacement of traditional jobs, particularly in repetitive, routine-based jobs. From an economic perspective, UBI could help mitigate income inequality and support those who survive from the financial instability caused by technological unemployment. By providing unconditional financial support, UBI can empower individuals to upskill and transition into new technology-driven sector, redefine the role of work in society, allowing individuals to focus on meaningful contributions rather than worry about paying bills, for people to work more, not less, and become more cooperative and entrepreneurial. Moving to the thesis statement number two, UBI is a tool to restore personal freedoms and financial independence. Companies seek cheaper labor approach and people accept undesirable jobs simply to survive rather than pursue work that align with their skill or passions. Without basic security, part of precariat, people stuck in unstable and low wage work would fuel the rise of populist and extremist leaders, for example, Donald Trump or Marine Le Pen. The existence of UBI can reduce the social tensions. People with financial security regain control over their life rather than deactivated by the economy pressure, enable workers to wait for the better job or better wage. For example, Finland conducted a 2-year study where 2,000 random selected unemployment individuals received €560 per month as an unconditional and automatic payment. Finland is a case in point. It's ranked at the top of global measure of happiness and also boasts the second highest rating on trust in other people after Norway. According into another study conducted in Stockton, California, full-time employment rose a result of UBI since it allows people to seek for a better job instead of working several part-time jobs.
Hi, my name is Hoàng Sơn, and next I'm going to talk about the thesis statement 3. That is, UBI helps fulfill the basic fundamental needs and foster automatic production and lower the cost. So, the UBI established a reliable financial safety net by ensuring that the low and the middle income households receive a steady income base. So this foundational support empowers individuals and families to consistently afford essential goods and services such as household appliances, construction supplies, and medical equipment and healthcare products, and that might otherwise be financially out of reach. So by giving people more money to spend, the UBI creates a steady demand for goods like food, clothing, and electronics. And when the demand goes up, businesses produce more, which helps them lower the cost per item by making things in larger quantities. And producing more allows company to spread out the fixed costs like rent, equipment, and salaries over more products. And they can also invest in machines and buy materials in bulk, cutting costs even further. And these savings lets the businesses lower prices while still making a profit and making goods more affordable more for more people. So as the prices drop, the demand grows, creating a cycle where increased buying leads to the cheaper production, which then fuels even more demand. So the cycle makes everyday items more accessible over time and helping the businesses and the consumers. So can the companies can grow sustainably while people can afford better quality products. And the UBI helps balance the economy by lowering the cost, boosting demand, and improving the living standard for everyone. Next, I'll move to the case study of Iran. So the Iran's UBI program that is launched in 2011 replaced energy subsidies with direct cash payments of nearly $20 per month per household. And this initiative illustrates how UBI can fulfill the basic needs, stabilize demand, and indirectly lower production costs through economic feedback mechanism. And despite of inflation, the program covered 29% of household income for recipients and reducing deprivation and improving access to necessities. And by ensuring household has disposable income, the program stabilized demand for locally produced goods such as agricultural products and textiles. And this predictably allow manufacturers to plan to long-term investment in optimize supply chains. Manufacturers invested in automation and bulk procurement, reducing the per unit cost. And the stable demand enable manufacturers to negotiate uh, bulk purchase of raw materials, cutting input costs by 10 to 50%, and this thing can help to enhance the living standard of the Iran.
My name is Tan, and our group first again positions is the UBI remove the motivation to work, which can lead to labor shortage. UBI, known as Universal Basic Income, provide a guaranteed income without requiring individual to work. These financial securities may lead some workers to avoid developing new skills or discourage them from seeking employment, which can result in reducing productivity. Since they no longer rely on wages for survival, workers may lose their motivation to work and choose not to engage in employment, especially in industries like manufacturing that depend on low-wage, physically demanding jobs. Moreover, UBI can reduce the employment needs for low-income workers. So since the worker receive income from UBI that cover their basic needs, they often expect higher wages than the one offered by low-wage job. This expectation makes them less likely to accept such positions, leading to labor shortage in industry that rely on these workers. So the shift in worker behavior contribute to a motivation in the available workforce in sector depending on low-wage labor. For example, the Ontario Basic Income Pilot Program conducted from 2017 to 2019 aimed to assess the impact of UBI on poverty reductions, employment, and quality of life. Participants receive up to $16,989 per year for individuals and $27,027 per year for couples. As a result, the program observed a significant reduction in labor force participation in low-wage sector, directly impairing productivity and the abilities of business to maintain operations. Additionally, working hours were reduced among participants, as financial securities allow many workers to reduce their hours or even leave the workforce entirely. This serves as evidence that UBI can reduce the motivation to work, leading to a shortage of labor. Our group's second against position is UBI has the potential to increase inflation. When UBI amounts are set too high, particularly in industry with already low wage, it can create inflationary pressure. In sectors that heavily rely on low-wage workers, such as manufacturing of consumer goods, the increase in disposable income due to UBI can lead to greater demand for goods. If workers receiving UBI demand higher wages or choose to reduce their working hours, business may face higher labor costs. These higher costs could be passed on to consumers, driving up price for goods that rely on low-wage labor, contributing to inflation. The inflationary effects is particularly prominent in industries that depend on low-wage labor to produce goods, as this industry will face the biggest price increase due to higher labor costs. For example, the Bolsa Familia program in Brazil. This program demonstrates how cash transfer can contribute to inflation. The program reached around 11.1 million families, benefit over 46 million people annually, and provide monthly payment to low-income families. As recipients gain more disposable income, they increase spending on basic needs like food and housing. This surge in demand outpaces supply, resulting in price increase, particularly in food. In the manufacturing sector, the higher demand for goods coupled with higher labor costs forces companies to raise wages or improve working conditions to retain workers. These increased costs are then passed on to consumers, leading to higher price for goods, especially those depending on manual labor. As a result, it can contribute to inflation, especially in sectors that rely on low-wage labor due to rising demand and higher labor costs. When UBI provides a guaranteed income, many individuals may reduce working hours or withdraw from the labor market, leading to labor shortage. And moreover, UBI can increase the disposable income, boosting demand, but if supply cannot keep up, it can lead to inflation, raising production costs and reducing purchasing power. To sum up, due to labor shortage and higher inflation, UBI can reduce economic efficiency.
Hi, my name is Mai. So this is the last part of our presentation. After analyzing the manufacturing industry context, we lean on the opinion that UBI seems not to be an appropriate approach.
The manufacturing industry has always been the backbone of economic growth, providing stable jobs and driving technological advancements. However, with the rise of automation and artificial intelligence, this sector is undergoing a transformation. The introduction of robotics and AI-driven systems has led to widespread job displacement. Not only that, while automation reduces demand for low-skill, repetitive labor, it increases demand for high-skilled workers capable of managing and programming advanced machinery. This shift leaves many unskilled workers unemployed or underemployed. Many argue that the UBI is necessary to address the resulting job displacement, but when we closely examine the manufacturing industry, it becomes clearly that UBI is not the right approach. So our first point is that manufacturing is evolving, not disappearing. Many people assume that automation and artificial intelligence will eliminate jobs in the manufacturing sector, leading to mass unemployment. However, history shows that manufacturing does not disappear, but it evolves. This transformation follows a pattern where new technologies replace some jobs but simultaneously create new opportunities, often in more advanced and higher paying roles. To be more specific, while low skilled repetitive jobs may decline, high skilled jobs in robotics, AI maintenance, and industrial engineering are growing. And the second point is that manufacturing is essential for economic growth. Manufacturing contributes significantly to national GDP, export, and supply chains. A well functioning manufacturing industry requires a productive, engaged workforce, not one that depends on government payments. And if automation reduces the number of available jobs, the logical responses should be to stimulate new job creation, not provide universal payments that do not contribute to the economic productivity. So, to sum up, the future of manufacturing depends on innovation, productivity, and an engaged workforce. In the context of the manufacturing industry undergoing rapid changes due to automation and AI, its implementation will likely reduce motivation to work, increase inflation, and ultimately undermine economic efficiency. These negative effects could severely hinder businesses in the manufacturing sector, making it harder for them to maintain productivity and competitiveness. Rather than relying on UBI as a solution, we should prioritize policies that encourage innovation, skill development, and workforce adaptation to ensure long term economic stability and growth. Some alternatives for UBI could be considered, such as wage subsidies. This boosts employment by making it cheaper for employers to hire and more rewarding for workers to accept jobs. This is different from UBI, which can unintentionally disincentivize work. Or another effective alternative is a job guarantee program, which ensures that displaced workers find employment in sectors such as renewable energy, infrastructure, and technology. Countries like Germany, instead of implementing UBI, invest heavily in vocational training and apprenticeships, ensuring that workers remain relevant in the evolving job market.
Here is our reference list. So this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your listening.